welcome to Nicole Bryant Dance. In today's video, I'm going to guide you through 3 excellent exercises which will help you to strengthen your core. But first, a few tips. All right, the first tip is to know that strengthening your core will not only improve your dancing, it will also improve your posture. Having good posture helps your overall focus and displays to the world your confidence. Good posture means that you are standing up straight with your shoulders back and your abs engaged. This does not mean that you are stiff and tense, okay? Allow your muscles to be engaged while still maintaining a relaxed, natural curve in your lower spine. Work on your posture in front of a mirror, and then remember to use your improved posture as you walk through life. When I walk into the dance studio, I immediately stand taller and place more focus on engaging my abs. I maintain this focus throughout my dance classes. People often say that you can tell someone is a dancer simply by the way they walk. And this is why. The best dancers know very well how to stand properly. And after practicing this in the studio over many, many hours, it becomes a part of their everyday life. Secondly, it's important to understand that your core muscles are not just your abdominal muscles. They also comprise the back muscles and peripherally your shoulders, hips, and neck. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first exercise is the basic tummy crunchie. Now before we do this, I want to talk a little bit about how to connect your 2 sets of abdominal muscles so you can get the most out of your workout. So you've got your lower abs and you've got your upper abs. Now to engage your lower abs, I think most of us already know this trick. We just suck in, okay? Now when we suck in, that raises our ribs. That opens them up like this. Our upper abs can close them down, okay? So what you're trying to do is create a connection between those lower abs and those upper abs by pulling those upper abs down, just like that. Do you hear my voice change as I did that? It does take work. It will take practice. In yoga, we call it connecting the bandhas, and it will take some practice doing that. Now you can do that anywhere. You can work on connecting your bandhas while you're sitting in class, for example. You can still focus on what your teacher's saying, but that's something you can do. You can do it while you're sitting at your desk, typing emails to your boss, okay? I do it sometimes when I'm washing dishes because washing dishes isn't exciting enough on its own. Okay, so it's a thing that you can work on. And as you get better and better at it, it becomes easier and easier. Okay, so you want to connect those bandhas. You want both sets of abdominals engaged when you were doing your tummy crunchies. All right, let's take it to the floor. All right, so we're gonna start on our back, nice and flat. I like to take a moment to just feel comfortable lying here on my back so that my feet are flat, my knees are open, my hips are flat, nice and square, flat on the ground. Okay, so I'm not tilted up, but they're nice and flat on the ground, and that my feet are a good distance. Whatever distance is comfortable for you with the feet. There's no right or wrong, okay? As you get better and better at this, some people like to take their feet up, one leg at a time to isolate different sides of their abs. I'm just gonna give you the basic crunchie today with our feet flat on the floor and our knees up. Again, with the arms, you can do as you wish. A lot of people like to kind of hold their arms down here when they're doing crunchies, okay? That's absolutely acceptable. Just don't pull with your arms, okay, and pull your shoulders off the floor using your arm muscles rather than your abs, okay? That defeats the whole purpose of taking the time to do the exercise. Me, I like to support my neck a little bit, so I just take my hands behind my head. All right, so I'm here. I feel comfortable. I'm gonna connect my abdominals, okay? Now, there's 2 ways to do this exercise, okay? The first one I think is a bit easier and better for beginners, so I'm gonna show you that one first. You can choose again which one you prefer to do, absolutely up to you. All right, so the first one, we're basically aiming to take our chest and shoulders straight up toward the ceiling. So we're not doing a curl kind of motion, we're doing a lifting push kind of motion like this. Okay, so we're here, we connect our abs. Good, so that's the first one. That's the first crunchie. The second crunchie is good for people who are stronger in their abdominal muscles and want to increase that strength even more. Okay, so this is the one where you do curl your chest up towards your thighs in a more, like I said, curling motion rather than a lifting motion, okay? So again, you can choose what you prefer. When I do my abs, when I'm teaching fitness class, I do the second one. I do the curl. Obviously, after teaching dance and fitness, I'm a bit stronger in my core than a lot of people might be. All right, so this one looks like this. So. Now, as I curl, I'm trying to keep my shoulders really straight so that one doesn't come up before the other one does, okay? Twisting is also a technique that people like to use. Hello, Kelly. Exercising with your pets is always fun too. Twisting is an exercise that people like to do, but you have to make sure that if you twist, that you're purposefully twisting, and that engages the separate sides of your abdominals. This basic crunchie where you're curling is meant to engage them evenly. So you want to make sure you keep those shoulders really flat and that both are coming up equally as you curl, just like that. Good, and nice and slow. If you notice, I'm not, okay, there's no benefit to that. All you're doing is just movement. Slow and steady is always the best tip when you're doing core exercises. All right, the second exercise that I want to show you is called a hip press. This exercise is not only your abdominals, but it also works your back and your glutes, which is always nice. Okay, so this one, we assume the same form that we did before. So flat on our back with our knees up, like so. Okay, good. On this one, I like to put my arms out flat like this, just to give my shoulders a little bit more support. Okay, now I take a second because what I'm going to do is I'm going to press my hips up into the sky. So I'm going to do one. Because of this table, I'm going to put my arms down low like this. But I'm going to do one. Now when I do that, I get myself kind of up onto my shoulder blades a little bit. And I make sure that my feet are placed where they're comfortably under my knees. Okay? All right, and then I can press up fully. You want to be nice and straight through here. You want to be pressed up completely and fully. And when you're up, you're going to squeeze your glutes together. Okay, so you're working hip muscles, you're working your abdominal muscles, you're working your lower back, okay, and your glutes. Again, nice and slow is always the best rule here. Controlled movements. As you come up, boom, pulling in everything, making it really nice and tight. As you take it back down, you can take a little bit of a relaxation. Always keep those abs tight, okay? But you can relax them just a little bit, engage them a little less as you come to the floor, and then boom, pulse them back up and squeeze them tight. This is a really good exercise that will help you with some of the floor work as well. We do a lot of things that take us up, like this, for example, and I have dancers who have trouble pushing those hips forward, so their motion here looks more like this rather than really extended like this. So the hip presses really help you to work the muscles that press those hips forward, for example, in floor work. All right, so demonstrate for you here. Make sure I get everything going up in one, get all my shoulder blades, nice and comfortable here. Okay, and that's your basic hip press. Of course, with this exercise as well as the tummy crunchies that we did before, you want to do as many repetitions of these as you can, depending on what your workout goals are. So if you've sat down on the floor, you've decided today I'm just going to work my abdominals. You might start with the tummy crunchies. Depending on your strength and stamina, you might start with just doing 50 of those. You might work that up to 100, okay? And then you might follow that by the hip presses. If you're going to add other exercise to it, you might, depending again on your strength and stamina, choose to do 25, 30 of them, okay? I wouldn't recommend doing any fewer than at least 25 so that that nice slow repetition is really starting to take place in the body. Push yourself. This is the best way to create more strength more quickly, but of course never push yourself to the point where you might create some injury. Okay, I have one more exercise for you, and this one is excellent for those of you who want to do more advanced floor work. Some of those back rolls and things that really require a lot of core strength to get your legs gracefully over your head and do those back rolls, for example. Excellent strengthening exercise that of course anyone can do. Okay, so again, I'm going to start on my back. So I'm here. Now, this one is going to require me to put my legs up into the air. When you're first learning this, you most definitely want to support your back with your arms, okay? So I'm going to show you how to get up in it. I'm just going to curl my knees toward my face and up, like so. Good? Now, here I am. You are now going to bring your feet towards the floor. Try to keep your hips as high as you can and press up, down, and up. Notice I've got my toes pointed. My knees are locked out. This is an excellent exercise. This works my back. It works my shoulders a little bit. It works my abs. Okay, and again, this is a good one for floor work. Good, so that one will help create that strength that you need to get over in those back rolls and do better floor exercises. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you find these exercises useful and that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe below. And of course, feel free to leave a comment. Until next time.